Today on Rocky Mountain Rangers, I'm going to keep it 100 with each and every one of you. I am truly embarrassed to be a Colorado Rockies and Texas Rangers fan right now. We have a lot to talk about, and yeah, this is going to be a venting podcast because there's a lot I got to get off my chest. Baseball is America's pastime, but in Denver, Colorado, and Arlington, Texas, it means that much more. This is the post-game reaction podcast to the Colorado Rockies and the Texas Rangers. This is Rocky Mountain Rangers. Hello, Rockies and Rangers fans everywhere, and welcome to an edition of Rocky Mountain Rangers that I never thought that I would make, especially this early in the season. This is your podcast covering the Colorado Rockies and the World Series champion Texas Rangers. I am your host, Skylar Weisberg, a Colorado Rockies and Texas Ranger fan that is going through some very tough times, and obviously for different reasons. But before we get into that, I would like to remind you all that you can find Rocky Mountain Rangers, which is absolutely free and available on your favorite podcast app like Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, CastBox, and all that good stuff. You can also find Rocky Mountain Rangers on my YouTube channel, NJHawk40. If you're watching this show on YouTube, please do me a favor, hit the like button on the video, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a nice comment down below. Give a show a follow on those platforms. Turn on your notifications. Give Rocky Mountain Rangers a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you are listening to this show on. If you are an Apple Podcast or Spotify listener, please consider giving Rocky Mountain Rangers a 5-star review. It would truly mean a whole lot to me. It is an awesome way to support the show, and I thank each and every one of you for tuning in to today's program. Ladies and gentlemen, the Colorado Rockies and the Texas Rangers are going through the toughest of times, obviously, for different reasons, and sometimes when I record shows like this, I gotta be perfectly honest. I gotta be brutally honest with each and every one of you. And my honest take so far is I am embarrassed. I am really embarrassed to be a Colorado Rockies fan and Texas Rangers fan right now. I'm more embarrassed about Colorado, and I am going to vent my you-know-what off about the Colorado Rockies in just a second. But I want to talk about the Texas Rangers first. It's one thing to lose last night 5-2 to one of the best teams in baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies, who are the standard of Major League Baseball at the moment, 21 games above 500, and I don't give a rat's you-know-what about Atlanta Brave fans saying that the Philadelphia Phillies are playing really bad teams or they're playing like weak teams. You play teams that are in your schedule. And Ranger Suarez, he is just really good. Really good. 9-0. That is something that I did not predict going into the season for the Phillies, or did not predict going into the season for Ranger Suarez. I mean, this guy is a true ace. No disrespect to Zach Wheeler, and a true Cy Young contender. Again, no disrespect to Zach Wheeler, but that's what Ranger Suarez is, and that's what the Philadelphia Phillies are. But I'm not going to talk about this Philadelphia Phillies series because the Phillies are just going to smoke the Texas Rangers. The way they're playing right now, especially offensively, is an absolute crapshoot. Especially considering the fact that you lost 2 out of 3 to the worst team in your division and to Ron Washington, the former manager of the Texas Rangers for a long time, former third base coach of the Atlanta Braves for quite some time, and the Angels with no Mike Trout, no Shohei Ohtani. The two-way duo is over for Anaheim. And they still beat you 2 out of 3? I mean, that is embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Considering the fact that the Guardians recently beat you 2 out of 3. Now, the Guardians are a really good team. I have no shame of losing to a good team. But you lose to an Angel team with Ron Washington. I mean, that is just brutal. Brutal and embarrassing. I mean, Neto and Ward homered this game. Neto finished 2 for 5 with a home run. Ward, 2 for 5 with a home run. This is game 1 of the Rangers series, by the way. Calhoun, you couldn't solve this guy. 4 for 5. 2 hits and a run scored. Anderson, 7 innings, 2-hit ball. Really solid game for him. Strickland, you guys couldn't solve him. He has a 2.50 ERA out of the bullpen. As far as the Rangers, I mean, the only guy that was really good for the Texas Rangers was Josh Smith. 2 for 3 with a run scored. And I know Jonah Heim had an RBI. He also hit a home run in game 1. Marcus Semien 1 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. But my freaking God, a 9-3 loss in game 1, a 14-hit game for the Anaheim Angels. It is just poor effort. It is absolutely poor effort. And Ron Washington just outcoached Bruce Bochy. Simply outcoached. I think the Angels were the better team going into this series. Despite all the records, I thought the Angels completely outplayed Texas. But despite the fact that the Texas Rangers won game 2 of the series by a final score of 3-2 in 13 innings, thanks to a wild pitch, you can argue that the Rangers escaped. The Rangers escaped in the second game with a win against the LA Angels. I mean, El Bombe, the Great Bombino, home run for the Angels. You can't really put all the blame on him. And Nathaniel Lowe got hit with a wild pitch, or they're saying they got hit, or they're saying it is a hit by pitch, but it is what it is. I'll take any win as it comes. But my God, this Rangers team right now is just lifeless. It is just lifeless pitching. It is lifeless offensively. It is lifeless everything. And oh, by the way, the Texas Rangers are below 500. I never thought those words were going to come out of my mouth. But there it is. The Texas Rangers are below 500 for the first time under Bruce Bochy. And it is shocking for me to say. It is shocking. I didn't predict that the Rangers would fall down this low. I never really predicted that. I thought the Rangers were going to be good. And they are good. They are. They're vulnerable right now because of a lot of injuries. But I still think they are a good team. But they're not as good as last year. And you can argue them not bringing back Austin Hedges and not bringing back Jordan Montgomery has exposed this team. And I believe the Rangers are exposed because with no Dane Dunning, with no Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer, I don't know when he's going to return right now. And without Dane Dunning, 4 starters in the IL, who the hell is going to step up? I mean, I give credit to Big Bad John Gray. He has stepped up. he stepped up for the most part. Arena has been really solid. But other than that, who's stepping up as far as the pitching? I mean, Andrew Heaney, he is not good. Not good. I thought we were going to see the same Andrew Heaney that showed up last year for Texas. I guess not, because he's too home run prone. He's too prone of giving up the long home run. And oh, by the way, the Rangers in games that he pitches, they do not win because the offense does not believe in him. Now, as far as offensively, I know Adolis Garcia is doing his thing. Corey Seager, he's finally getting his swing back. Josh Smith, he's leading the team in batting average. But this Ranger offense right now is just cold. It's just cold. You get outscored by the Anaheim Angels, or the LA Angels, I should say. And then in yesterday's game, you made a comeback. You made a comeback attempt against the Philadelphia Phillies. But Ranger Suarez is just that good. Ranger Suarez is just that good. And the Philadelphia Phillies have a lineup that is very well constructed. And they have a manager in Rob Thompson that is just simply better. Simply better than Bruce Bochy right now. And I'm not going to vent about Texas. I'm not going to say that the Rangers are pretenders, even though they are looking like pretenders right now because of a lot of injuries and the pitching not being where it's supposed to be and the offense clearly not showing up. But I do have faith in the Texas Rangers turning it around. But they got to show me that they're able to turn around. And I believe they are. I believe this Texas Ranger team can turn it around on a dime. But right now, this is just really tough times for the Texas Rangers. And as long as the guys that are on the injured list are still on the injured list, I think it's going to go downhill from here. Because you got 2 more games against Philadelphia, and then you got Minnesota, who right now I expect the Phillies and the Twins to win both of those series, unless the Rangers show up offensively today against the Philadelphia Phillies, with Andrew Heaney on the mound against Taijuan Walker, and then you got Arena against Zach Wheeler. Right now, I got the Philadelphia Phillies sweeping the Rangers. And by the way, before we get into break, because I got a lot of venting to do as far as Colorado, the Texas Rangers, coming into last night's game against the Philadelphia Phillies, had a decade-long winning streak against the Phillies. That snapped. Why? Because the Rangers right now are not playing good baseball, and the Philadelphia Phillies are. And I'm not ashamed to come on here and say this. I think the Philadelphia Phillies are looking like the Texas Rangers of last year, and the Texas Rangers this year, I don't know what to call them. I really do not know what to call them. But I do have faith in the Texas Rangers of turning it around. But this is just really tough times. But I do have faith in the Texas Rangers of turning around. Yes, I'm embarrassed. Yes, I'm disappointed. But I have faith in the Rangers of them turning it around. Because when the season goes on, as long as the season goes on, I believe the Rangers will get better. It's going to be fine, but just tough times. As far as Colorado, let me just save that for after the break on Rocky Mountain Rangers. We're back on Rocky Mountain Rangers. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in to today's program, and I am absolutely disgusted. I am embarrassed. I am appalled. I am actually ashamed of being a Colorado Rockies fan right now. This team is the most feeble freaking team that I've ever watched. When we won 7 games in a row, I thought that the Colorado Rockies would actually turn the corner, would actually make adjustments, would actually continue to play really good baseball. And coming into this West Coast road trip, I said a couple of shows ago that if the Rockies would win 6 out of 9 games of this road trip, I would say it was successful. They swept the San Diego Padres. Good. They got swept by the San Francisco Giants. Now the Giants are just a really bad matchup for the Colorado Rockies. I mean, I did not expect the Rockies to win the series against San Francisco, honestly, because sometimes in sports, it is just matchups. And to me, I think the San Francisco Giants were just a really, really bad matchup for the Colorado Rockies. But they go out of San Francisco, and I'm thinking, okay, they got this Oakland Athletics team who has been playing better as of late. I said that this was going to be a wild card series for Colorado. It could have went either way, and I thought that the Rockies would not sweep the Oakland Athletics, but at least take 2 out of 3. I think that prediction still holds true. But I got to keep it 100 with you. Why did I torture myself to do this? Why did I torture myself of being a Colorado Rockies fan? Why did I do this? Why? I knew what this team was all along. I wasn't fooled. When the 7-game winning streak ended, I immediately thought back to reality, back to the real world. The 7-game winning streak that the Colorado Rockies had was a clear delusion. A clear delusion. This team is not good. This Rockies team is not prepared. Not prepared for the season. Not prepared for teams. They don't go over scouting reports. They don't prepare. They don't. Now, last night, the bullpen sold this freaking game. There's no way for me to describe it other than that. The bullpen for the Rockies sold this game. Specifically, Justin freaking Lawrence. Bro, why are you here? Why are you on this team? You don't do anything productive. You don't. All you do is just walk guys and throw pitches in the middle of the plate for other teams to hit. It's pathetic. It's feeble. This Rockies bullpen is not up to the task. They're not. This team as a whole is not built to the task. They're not. And Bud Black, let me talk to you for just a second. You feeble, poor excuse of a manager. You moron. You criminal. Leaning on veterans instead of young guys. Instead of leaning on Bouchard, leaning on Goodman, leaning on Nolan Jones, where I don't know where the hell he is, leaning on Talia, you say, you know what? Jake Came's got experience. We're going to put Jake Came in the lineup. Screw that! Screw that! Put the young guys on this roster and let them develop. Let them develop and let them get better. The Rockies don't know how to develop. They do not. This team is heartless. This team is feeble. This team is disgusting. This team is committing a lot of criminal behavior. This team is not going anywhere. And until the Rockies make changes, until the Rockies show me that they can play a complete 9 innings of baseball, a complete game with game plans, with executions, especially with adjustments, the Rockies don't know how to make adjustments. I said this a couple of shows ago, and this bears repeating. The Colorado Rockies are a Major League Baseball team, but with a minor league mentality. No adjustments, no game plan, simply no coaching. It's just, let's just hope. Let's just hope. And I've lost complete hope in the Colorado Rockies right now. Why did I do this? Why did I torture myself covering this team? Why? Why? I am truly embarrassed. I'm actually ashamed that I'm watching this team. I'm just ashamed. And to those fans that say that the Colorado Rockies will someday get better, I want to believe you. I want to truly believe it. But right now, I cannot support, yet cover, a team that has a minor league mentality that Colorado has. And Ezekiel Tovar and Quantrill, more specifically Quantrill, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that you are playing for a team that is absolutely heartless. I am sorry that you are the ace of this Colorado Rockies staff, yet your team can't win games for you. Ezekiel Tovar, you had a 2-home run game. Good for you. I think you are becoming a really young star in Colorado. I mean, Rymack, Chuck Nasty, you guys are veterans. But I want to see some leadership out of the three of you, out of the two of you, and right now I don't see it. I do not see any leadership. I do not see any coaching. I do not see any adjustments with this Colorado Rockies team. And as of right now, let me tell you how this is going to go down. Oakland Athletics, sweep. Philadelphia Phillies, sweep. Cleveland Guardians, sweep. LA Dodgers, certainly sweep. This Rockies team is too feeble and too heartless to win games, and win games consistently. Consistently. Bud Black, you need to get the living hell out of here. And Dick Mumford, I'm blaming this on you. You don't know how to construct a roster. You don't know how to repair this team. And every single person on the Rockies coaching staff, they need to be fired. They need to be fired right the hell now. I am sick and tired of watching a team sold a game. And yes, the Rockies are too inconsistent. They had 7 games where they played the most complete brand of baseball that I've seen any other team play. But now you go to these next 4 looking like lifeless, looking like heartless, looking like utter pure crap. I understand the San Francisco series. I get it. San Francisco's a bad matchup for the Colorado Rockies. I get that. But you lose to an Oakland Athletics team that you should have crushed, that you should have beaten, because you had a really good start. You were leading 2-0. And then Ezekiel Tovar in a home run, you guys were leading, I think, 4-0, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Rockies just do what they always do. They put in a lifeless bullpen, and they gave the Athletics hope. It's not going to get better for Colorado. It's not going to get better. And it's not going to get better for me as a Rockies fan watching this team right now, or covering this team right now. I don't know how long I can continue doing this show. I don't know. Rangers, I have complete faith in them to turn it around. Colorado, you guys are dead to me. The Rockies are officially dead to me. They're not going to show me that they're going to make adjustments. They're not going to show me that they're going to get better. What they are going to show me is that they are poorly coached. What they are going to show me is they're going to make no adjustments. What they are going to show to me is they are a pathetic excuse of a baseball team. Lifeless, heartless pile of crap. That's what the Rockies are. Minor league mentality. It's not going to get better. It's not. You got to show me, Rockies. You got to show me. You got to show me. I'm done. I am done. And speaking of, I'm done. I'm done with today's episode of Rocky Mountain Rangers. I gotta go calm down. I gotta go decompress because my mind's not in the right state right now. But you can find Rocky Mountain Rangers on your favorite podcast app like Spotify, Amazon Music, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all that good stuff, as well as YouTube. Like this video if you are watching on YouTube. Hit subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on that notifications. Give Rocky Mountain Rangers a 5-star review. And like I said, I hope the times get better for Rockies and Rangers. But I believe it will be better for the Rangers and the Rockies. They're going to continue to be lifeless. They're going to continue to be feeble. And it's going to be just venting sessions until the Rockies show me that they can make adjustments. But they're not. Until next time, though, this is Skylar Weisberg. Thank you for tuning in, saying so long from the Rocky Mountain Rangers podcast.